but there is no
Right,
prophecy
there's no
of
Old
that.
Testament prophecy. What he's doing is and I haven't studied that passage directly myself, but my co-author has, Dr. Norman Geisler, in his book, The Big Book of Bible Difficulties, he deals with that, so I'd have to go back and read what he says there. But I remember him saying something like what he's talking about there is he is pulling together a bunch of references in the Old Testament to say he will be a Nazarene.
Right. Well, I have to respect the time of the other people.
Well, thank you, Tony.
So, thank you.
Tony, why are you not a Christian?
I'm not a Christian. Well, I was a Christian at one time, but I would cease to be a Christian after I began reading the Old Testament, and it occurred to me that, for example, the witch example, if somebody told me they saw a witch, I wouldn't believe it, but when I read it in the Bible, suddenly I was compelled to believe it. And
so if Christianity were true, would you become a Christian?
Well, yes, of course I would.
Okay, so let's suppose that the Bible has errors in it, and the witch of Endor didn't happen, but Jesus rose from the dead. Would you be a Christian?
No, I wouldn't, because the only way I know about the resurrection of Jesus is through the Bible.
Well, no, not necessarily true. There wouldn't even be a New Testament if Jesus hadn't risen from the dead, and there wouldn't even be a church unless the resurrection occurred.
Did I misunderstand your question? Did you say if Jesus was not risen, but the Bible wasn't?
No. If Jesus had risen from the dead, but you can't bring yourself to believe everything in the Old Testament. You can be a Christian and think some things in the Old Testament didn't happen. You can still be a Christian and do that.